Channel 2 News Saturday.
Good evening. The nation's first family is in New York City tonight. On the agenda, a mixture of ballet and Bosnia.
While the First Lady took daughter Chelsea to a performance at the Lincoln Center, President Clinton talked politics with officials from the UN. For the latest in the First Family's night in New York, let's go to Lisa Castleman, live in Manhattan. Lisa?
Well, Troy, that's right. President Clinton and the whole First Family are here in New York tonight. Right at this hour, the president is attending a birthday party here at the Waldorf Astoria for Bob Hope. Now, this was pretty much an unannounced visit. Ask any member of the media here in New York and we'll tell you nobody around here was told about this visit very much in advance, and there was no gridlock alert for the people of New York. But ask the police department and they'll tell you they had a security plan in place for the president by 8 o'clock this morning. When Clinton left Washington today, he had two New York events on his agenda. The Bob Hope birthday bash, of course, but first a meeting with UN Ambassador Madeleine Albright. It's likely that during that closed-door meeting they discussed what's expected to come up on Monday, a Security Council resolution to place several hundred monitors on the border between Serbia and Bosnia to see if the Serbs are living up to their promise to cut off the supply of goods to Bosnia. And of course, there is the Serbian referendum this weekend on a Western-backed peace plan. Early polls show that the Serbs are overwhelmingly opposed to that plan. But here in New York tonight, the First Family's visit is not all business. Hillary and Chelsea are at Lincoln Center, attending the ballet Sleeping Beauty. Well, what's next tonight? The police officers around here and all the security officers say the president is not expected to stay in New York tonight. He and his wife and their daughter Chelsea are expected to board their plane, Air Force One, and go back to Washington tonight. Reporting live from Midtown Manhattan, I'm Lisa Castleman. Now back to the studio.
Okay.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Well, on to some local politics. Tonight, Andrew Stein is fighting to keep his political hopes alive in the race for mayor. He's just lost the key support of the Queens Democratic leader, Tom Manton. And tonight, Stein's denying reports that his millionaire father tried to put pressure on Manton. Manton is denying them, too.
Jerry Finkelstein and I are good friends. We've had a number of meetings over the last a couple of weeks. He certainly never threatened me.
And he's a great Jewish father, which means he's as supportive as he can, and that's the way it should be. And
He wouldn't use his newspapers to threaten anyone politically?
Absolutely not.
Yet the New York Post screams with the headline today that Stein's father, publisher Jerry Finkelstein, tried to twist Manton's arm, promising good reports on the congressman in his weekly newspapers like the Manhattan Spirit if Manton endorsed his son for mayor.
We all know that newspapers have influence, but Jerry Finkelstein never said to me, Tom, if you don't endorse Andrew, the papers will be against you.
Yet a Manton spokesman says the congressman heard, quote, the news communications chain would bring added attention to his work if he looked favorably on Stein's candidacy. Apparently, whatever he heard did not sway Manton. He just endorsed Mayor Dinkins for re-election yesterday.
He and the Queens organization is tremendously important. And I couldn't be more happy. I'm delighted.
I saw Andrew earlier today, and I said to him, Andrew, look, I've been wrong before, but the polls indicate to me that there's too large a gap to close.
You know, though, that the most recent poll says you're 26 points behind Mayor Dinkins. Does that concern you?
No, because Mario Cuomo was 38 points behind Ed Koch in the Democratic gubernatorial primary in 1982.
Manton has suggested Stein run for his present job.
I'm going to run for mayor, and not my old job, and I'm going to win.
And Stein's been banking on some big-name support in his bid for mayor, starting with his star-studded $2 million fundraiser in January 1992, an extravaganza that featured Frank Sinatra, Shirley MacLaine, and Liza Minnelli. Stein claims his private funds are not drying up after expensively produced commercials, and he points out other politicians have spent more than him on campaigns.
In 1989, Ken Lipper outspent me 2-1, and I beat him. For every headline about the money, there are 10 about what I've done for people.
Yeah. And Stein says he will keep plugging away until the September 14th primary. Also today, the likely Republican candidate, Rudolph Giuliani, picked up the endorsement of the Liberal Party. Dinkins' campaign manager responded, saying it seems the Liberal Party is not following its own philosophy. Troy.
In other news, a two-day drama at a nursery school outside Paris is over tonight, and 6 little girls and their teacher are safe. Police sharpshooters today killed the masked gunman who was holding them hostage. Police rescued the hostages after storming the classroom where they've been held captive. Police had installed a camera inside the building. When they saw the gunman falling asleep, officers crept into the classroom and killed the gunman as he slept. Eric Schmidt had taken 22 hostages Thursday, demanding almost $19 million in ransom, but had released all but 7 by the time the standoff ended. Police found explosives in the building and dynamite taped to Schmidt's body.
Closer to home, he's already killed a young boy on Long Island. Now rescue workers are worried that a killer dog might be a threat to them as well. The 120-pound Rottweiler is under quarantine on Long Island. Yesterday, he broke free from his backyard pen and mauled a 2-year-old boy to death. Rescue workers who responded to the scene came in contact with the boy's dog's saliva, and now they say they're worried about rabies. To test for rabies, authorities would have to destroy the animal. And more sad news from Long Island. A 6-year-old girl allegedly choked by her mother on Mother's Day has died. Marissa Testa died this morning at Nassau County Medical Center. Her mother is under psychiatric care in the same hospital. Last Sunday, she surrendered to police, saying she had strangled her daughter. So far, Barbara Van Flork Testa is still charged only with attempted murder.
A leading figure of the newspaper world is gone tonight. William Randolph Hearst Jr. was rushed to New York Hospital overnight, where he died of a heart attack. He was 85. Hearst was born into the publishing empire of his legendary father, William Randolph Hearst, but became a name in his own right. He won a Pulitzer Prize for his reporting and eventually took over as editor-in-chief of all Hearst newspapers.
And coming up next, authorities search for a mother whose newborn baby was found at Penn Station. And in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, they're buying bottled water as fast as they can grab it. We'll tell you when residents may be back to their taps.
And why some little leaguers are crying foul against Ben & Jerry's. These stories and more next.
Channel 2 News, sponsored by your Tri-State Dodge dealers.
Love to say no, no, no. Love to say no, no, no.
During the National Minivan Sale, save up to $2,600 on Dodge Caravan, including a gold package at no extra charge.
No, no.
Gold wheels, gold striping, 15-inch tires, and more. And make no monthly payments till September.
Love to say no, no. Love to say no.
Save up to $2,600 because we love to save.
No, no, no.
Sale ends soon.
What could a minute cost if your 800 service goes down? If you're a player on Wall Street, $910,000. But with us, you're always in the game. Introducing the AT&T 800 service Never Miss a Call Guarantee. Now if there's a problem, we can reroute your calls in less than a second. Sign up for the Never Miss a Call Guarantee. It's the #1 reason AT&T 800 service is always the smartest play. AT&T, the best in the business. Guaranteed.
If you're planning to fly from over here to over there, then you should know that only one airline flies you non-stop to the most cities from over here to over there. And since that one and only airline is Delta, you know you'll be getting the warmest, most personal service in the sky on your way over there. Delta, we love to fly, and it shows the world over.
Channel 2 News shows you how to bring sweet dreams to your sleepless kids.
You end up being a better parent, and it's all to the child's benefit.
A special report, Monday at 11.
Now, Mr. Fidelford, we'll talk about the painting.
Okay.
I had some samples. Oh, here we are. Now, the kitchen's to be white. Not a cold antiseptic hospital white.
No.
A little warmer, but still not to suggest any other color but white.
Uh-huh.
Even the most demanding job has a simple answer at your Benjamin Moore dealer. Call 1-800-826-2623 for the dealer nearest you. Benjamin Moore, a stroke of brilliance.
$60,000 Brooklyn residents are hoping that tomorrow will bring an end to their water woes. For 2 days, residents of Bay Ridge have been on bottled water after bacteria was found in their tap water. Water for cooking and drinking must be boiled, but environmental officials told Channel 2's Lisa Castleman that tomorrow could bring some good news.
The latest is that the test that we took yesterday came back negative today, meaning that if the tests that we take today come back negative tomorrow, we can lift the boil water alert by 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
You need 2 days of a clear test?
You need 2 consecutive days of clear tests before you can lift the alert. That's right.
Michael says the contamination may have been caused by a contractor who closed a water line during work, then failed to flush it when the work was over.
Well, believe it or not, some young baseball players may have lost their love of ice cream tonight after being forced to the sidelines by an ice cream company. Only a handful of this weekend's scheduled Little League games will be played on the Great Lawn in Central Park because of an ice cream festival sponsored by Ben & Jerry's. Parents of the Little Leaguers are furious, but the ice cream makers hope to sweeten things up for the kids.
I think this whole thing is backfiring, and it's ridiculous that they can monopolize a park for 2 solid days like this.
We're sad by their disappointment, so what we're going to try to do is find out all these teams and maybe get them some free ice cream and maybe have them come out to the festival and see there's going to be a lot of kids' activities tomorrow.
And the ice cream company says it had no idea that the festival would bench the youngsters. Troy.
Well, Mary, if you can't play ball, at least you can have the hot dogs and much more at the 20th Annual Food Festival on 9th Avenue. The Eats run for a mile from 37th to 57th Streets. This year, some merchants complain that the festival is losing its local flavor with too many outside vendors. Others say the city is taking too big a bite out of the profits. But organizers are calling the event a big success. The festival begins again tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. and runs until 7 p.m.
The sausage looks good.
Yeah, tasty.
Well, still to come, we had a stunning day today. Elaine Lewis is next with what's in store for tomorrow.
Also ahead, one of New York City's highest-ranking commissioners admits he's HIV positive.
In healthcare, as in life.
Borough by dialing 212. Since last July, you could use 212 or 718 to call the Bronx, but the grace period ends tomorrow. New York Telephone says the change was needed because there's too much demand for the 212 area code, especially with a huge growth in fax numbers, double phone lines, and cellular telephones in Manhattan. So starting tomorrow, Manhattan will be the only borough using 212. I know Elaine said before people in LA got very upset, or maybe it was Troy who said that when their numbers changed, but as long as the weather's good.
Oh, listen, we've got great weather for tomorrow. You can get out your rollerblades, you can get out your bicycle, you can go out jogging, you can do all kinds of great outdoor things tomorrow, except I don't think you're going to want to go in the ocean because the temperature in the ocean is still only 53 degrees. We have a very nice night outside. Right now we have nice clear skies. The temperature in New York City, 66 degrees. In the outlying areas, a little bit cooler, but very, very nice. Now, the satellite photo does show that there is a storm system way up in Canada, not bothering us, but there is a front dragging out of that storm system, and it is dragging just through to the north and west of the New York City area. You can see the cloudiness there, and embedded in those clouds are the showers that you see on our radar here, but they're mostly, again, to the north and west of the city, and although that front is sinking down toward the area, it doesn't seem that we're going to get any of that shower activity through the evening. Maybe an odd shower around, but really not much to worry about. And the sun intensity tomorrow, like July 27th. So even though the air temperature tomorrow won't be like July 27th, it's not the air temperature that gives you that burn. It is the strength of the sun, and it's very, very strong tomorrow. The forecast is looking good. For tonight, partly cloudy, and we do have in just that outside chance of a shower with temperatures in the 50s for the most part. Tomorrow, we're looking for some sun and some clouds tomorrow, maybe a few more clouds tomorrow than we had today because we did have nice clear skies. And it will be cooler tomorrow along the eastern end of Long Island, but still a very, very nice day to get outside with the temperatures still above normal for this time of year. We're looking for a high tomorrow of about 77 degrees, and then after tomorrow, the temperatures for the rest of the week do look like they will be below normal. Normal would be about 71 or 72 degrees right now, but it had been so warm for so long, it just fits now that we have to get a little cooler.
Yeah. I love that sun intensity indicator. Like,
well, that's important to know because I think people do think that it's the air temperature sometimes that has to do with a burn, but it's not at all. The sun is getting stronger and stronger until the first day of summer.
The sunblock. Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, get out the sunblock.
Still ahead, the AIDS virus strikes an official with the New York City government, and authorities search for the new mother who left her little girl at the train station.
Plus, we'll tell you why this ceremony was a dream come true today for dozens in the Bronx.
looking for the mother who abandoned her newborn girl at Penn Station. The girl was found early this morning wrapped in plastic and lying on a train platform. She was taken to St. Vincent's Hospital, where doctors say she's doing fine tonight.
Bond has been boosted for the man accused of raping and killing a 7-year-old Passaic, New Jersey girl. A judge has raised the bail to $3 million for 42-year-old Conrad Jeffrey. It had been set at $1 million, but prosecutors argued it should be higher because of Jeffrey's long criminal history. Jeffrey is charged with killing Davina Janeo May 5th. Just 6 weeks earlier, he had been paroled from jail after serving half of a 5-year sentence for weapons possession. And after 4 years of secrecy, New York City Human Rights Commissioner Dennis DeLeon has gone public, revealing that he's infected with HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. DeLeon disclosed his secret today in the opinion page of the New York Times. He says he went public to help change social attitudes about the disease. Mayor David Dinkins has known of DeLeon's condition for 2 years, and DeLeon says his support has never wavered. Troy.
Well, the mayor was on hand today for a special housewarming in the South Bronx. It was the official opening of 500 Southern Boulevard, a newly renovated building that is part of the city's plan to allow lower-income New Yorkers to own their own homes. The building will provide apartments for 137 families. Under the program, they'll start out as renters and eventually become cooperative owners.
It's not a co-op where someone on the outside owns, but you as a tenant is part of the ownership. And I feel that that'll bring it more together.
This is my American dream here.
South Bronx always got a bad rap, but we're going to make this the prized possession of the Bronx.
That's great.
The home ownership program has so far rehabilitated more than 700 apartments in 39 city-owned buildings.
And Steve Levy is up next with the sports and a look ahead at tomorrow's playoff action. It's sure to be a thrilling day on the ice for the upset Islanders.
Not to mention those Knicks who will fight to keep their series lead tomorrow against the Charlotte Hornets.